So, your team site, the one you were so excited to roll out, flopped? Maybe flopped feels harsh. Maybe it's limping along, barely used, and definitely not saving anyone time or making life easier. Today, I'm going to tell you the number one most likely reason why that happened. Next week, I'll share the other possible reason your site might have underperformed. I'm Rynd, and as always on Mondays, I'm here with a quick, practical solution to a real business problem in 6 minutes or less on the 1001 Business Problems Solved with Microsoft Teams podcast. Now, before we dive in, I have an analogy for today's episode. Have you ever had a persimmon? If you're from Indiana, I'd bet you have. And I'm not talking about those giant ones from overseas. I mean the small wild orange gems that grow right here. If you can beat the deer to them, they make incredible desserts. Growing up, the highlight of Thanksgiving was Grandma's persimmon pudding. Everyone loved it. But here's the catch. If you bite into a persimmon that isn't ripe, like the time my brother handed me a green one, you'll regret it. Green persimmons make your mouth pucker so hard it stays that way for an hour. Trust me, you'll wish you had waited. So, what does that have to do with team sites? Everything. Because giving your employees a team site straight out of the box is like handing them a green persimmon. It's not ready. It's not appealing. And it's definitely not going to make anyone's job easier. Here's the truth. A default team site is unimpressive. It doesn't scream efficiency. If you're not going to prepare it before turning your team loose with it, you might as well skip Teams altogether. Let me share an insider secret. Every time we audit a new client's existing Teams environment, we see one of two things. Scenario 1. The sites have a single channel. Back in the day, Teams forced you to have a general channel. Now you can rename that default single channel, but most clients don't know what else to do, so that's all they have. One lonely channel without purpose. Employees don't know what to do with it. And if they try to use it, everything gets crammed into that one channel. Total chaos. Scenario 2. Random channels that make no sense. This usually happens when the site is treated like a dumping ground for documents. Channels end up looking like the top level of a messy shared drive. Either way, employees are lost. They can attend the best Teams training on the planet, and the site will still sputter. So, what's the fix? Customize your team site before anyone touches it. Start by creating a channel for each core process your team handles. There are other channels you can add later, but at minimum, cover the essentials. Think of channels as superfolders that hold not just files, but conversations, apps, and tools for that process. When employees open the site for the first time, those channels should practically shout, "Click me. I've got everything you need for this process." And when they do click into a channel, make sure they find exactly that. Files, apps, conversations, tasks, everything necessary for that process in one place. Here's how to make that happen. Step 1. Map your processes. Before you create anything, list your team's core workflows. For example, onboarding, scheduling, reporting, customer support. Each one deserves its own channel. This prevents the everything in general disaster. Step 2. Name channels clearly. Skip the cute names. Clarity wins. Instead of stuff, use marketing campaign planning. Instead of Team 1, use Client X project. Clear names make navigation intuitive and reduce confusion. Step 3. Add tabs that matter. Tabs are where the magic happens. Every channel should have tabs for the tools and resources people use most. Here are just 4 quick examples. Files tab. This is your SharePoint document library for that process. Planner tab. This is where you track tasks and deadlines. OneNote tab. You might use this for meeting notes and reference material. Website tabs. Links to external resources or dashboards. The goal with these tabs? Make each channel a one-stop shop so employees rarely need to leave Teams. If they're doing work on that process, they should not have to go elsewhere for much of anything. Done well. Tabs make your channels a crowd favorite. Step 4. Pin key channels. If certain channels are used daily, pin them. It keeps the most important work front and center and saves time scrolling. I use this all the time. My top 5 channels, even though from multiple teams, are always at the top for me. It saves a lot of scrolling. Step 5. Standardize across teams. If you're rolling out multiple team sites, use a consistent structure. Same channel names for similar processes. Same tabs. This reduces the learning curve and makes adoption easier. Step 6. Integrate apps. Don't stop at Microsoft apps. Add third-party tools your team uses such as your CRM, project management software, analytics dashboards. If it's part of the workflow, bring it into Teams. When you click that little plus sign in your row of tabs, you'll see dozens or hundreds of apps you might use. Step 7. Keep it clean. Audit your channels regularly. Remove unused tabs. Archive old channels if they no longer serve a purpose. A cluttered site is just as bad as an empty one. What does all this do? It tells your team, stop searching all over creation. Everything you need is right here. And that's powerful, because nobody wants to waste time hunting for files or links. Even your grumpiest employee will appreciate a well-organized site. When you do this right, using Teams feels like biting into a perfectly ripe persimmon. Sweet, satisfying, makes you want more. So don't hand your team a green persimmon. Customize that site. Make it ripe. Then watch adoption soar and productivity climb. Next week, I'll share the other big reason team sites fail, and here's a hint. It has more to do with leadership than technology. Until then, make your team site match your team's processes. And whatever you do, don't eat green persimmons. This is Annie signing off.